of questions they ask. Those questions are related to voter sentiment. That data is released real time to the networks who pay for that information. The information about how people actually voted is held secret by one company, Edison, and the other company is a group of ABC, NBC, CBS, and CNN. They have another group. They own that data. They are sworn to keep the data about how people voted secret until the official results are let out. Then they manipulate their own data to match what they say the voters did. What I'm saying is, if we got Florida is lined up kind of with the exit poll data questions, and we got all this other, we got 75% of people thinking we're on the wrong track. 70% of the people interviewed, but these are professional exit poll takers, 70% said they voted Republican. We have a massive discrepancy. We have no verification about voter sentiment and how that is shown in the results.
Let me just stop up there. Henry, do you think the election was held fairly, and do you think the vote counts are correct?
Yes and yes.
All right. Really quickly, you pointed to in your column to Republican losses back in 1978 as a reason for optimism. Tell us what you were talking about.
In 1978, Republicans were very optimistic. They had a president who wasn't as unpopular as Joe Biden, but wasn't terribly popular. You had the tax cut revolt that was sweeping the country, California's Proposition 13. They embraced a large tax cut themselves, and yet they only picked up about 15 seats in the House and a couple seats in the Senate, and that was off some record lows after the Watergate crisis. And so it was despondent. You look and you say, what can we do? 2 years later, Ronald Reagan created the massive landslide, first Republican control of the Senate since 1954, highest number of Republicans in the House of Representatives since 1958, massive 44-state sweep, and that set the Reagan era in course, and that set the Republican Party back on a revival. Bad elections happen. Good elections can follow. So I think Republicans need to wake up, take stock, know that they're likely going to win the House popular vote. More people voted Republican. It was just like Hillary Clinton got more votes but didn't win the electoral college vote. Republicans are likely to win the House vote but not win as many seats because the vote was inefficiently distributed. Time to wake up, get a few more votes, and win the next election.
Well, we'd like to thank Washington Post columnist and Ethics and Public Policy Center Senior Fellow Henry Olson for being with us this morning and walking us through election 2022. Henry, thank you so much.
Well, thank you, Jesse.
Coming up next, Jim Kessler from the center-left group Third Way weighs in on Tuesday's results and what message President Biden and congressional Democrats should take away from Tuesday's results. And after that, we're going to open up our phone lines to you for our open forum segment. Stick with us. We'll be right back.
This episode of The Weekly, for Veterans Day, will mark the 40th anniversary of the Vietnam Veterans Memorial, known as The Wall, containing the inscription of nearly 60,000 names of Americans who gave their lives in service to their country. We'll look back at the history of the memorial, the presidents who visited, and what they said.
We come to this wall, to this sacred place, to remember. We can step towards its granite wall, reach out, touch a name.
You can find The Weekly on C-SPAN Now, a free mobile app, or wherever you get your podcasts. Both TV TV every weekend on C-SPAN 2 features leading authors discussing their latest nonfiction books. Massachusetts Republican Governor Charlie Baker shares his book, Results, where he offers his thoughts on how to move past politics and get things done. And then on Afterwards, sociologist Beth Truesdale looks at the future of retirement and whether working longer provides better financial security in her book, Overtime. She's interviewed by Wellesley College economics professor Courtney Coyle. Watch Book TV every weekend on C-SPAN 2 and find a full schedule on your program guide or watch online anytime at booktv.org. Listening to programs on C-SPAN through C-SPAN Radio just got easier. Tell your smart speaker, play C-SPAN Radio, and listen to Washington Journal daily at 7 a.m. Eastern. Important congressional hearings and other public affairs events throughout the day. And weekdays at 5 p.m. and 9 p.m. Eastern. Catch Washington Today for a fast-paced report of the stories of the day. Listen to C-SPAN anytime. Just tell your smart speaker, play C-SPAN Radio. C-SPAN, powered by cable. C-SPAN Now is a free mobile app featuring your unfiltered view of what's happening in Washington, live and on demand. Keep up with the day's biggest events with live streams of floor proceedings and hearings from the U.S. Congress, White House events, the courts, campaigns, and more from the world of politics, all at your fingertips. You can also stay current with the latest episodes of Washington Journal and find scheduling information for C-SPAN's TV network and C-SPAN Radio, plus a variety of compelling podcasts. C-SPAN Now is available at the Apple Store and Google Play. Download it for free today. C-SPAN Now, your front row seat to Washington, anytime, anywhere.
Washington Journal continues.
We're back, and this time we're going to talk about Campaign 2022 and the future of the Democratic Party. Joining us is Jim Kessler, who's Executive Vice President for Policy of Third Way, and he's here to discuss with us what this election meant for President Biden and congressional Democrats. Jim, good morning.
Good morning. Great to be here.
So first of all, for our viewers, tell us what Third Way is.
Okay, it's a center-left think tank in Washington, D.C., founded in 2005. We do economic policy, national security, social policy, elections, and climate, and we occupy the more centrist wing of the Democratic Party.
So how is Third Way funded?
We are funded mostly by foundations, some private donors, and some business.
All right, so let's just jump straight into what happened in the midterm election. To what do you attribute the success of the Democratic Party in this midterm cycle?
I think this was a victory of mainstream over extreme. Democrats for the most part nominated mainstream candidates, particularly in swing congressional districts and in the states. Republicans had candidates mostly that were election deniers, followers of Donald Trump. That has not been a winning formula really since 2016. It really came to roost in the 2022 elections, and Democrats vastly overperformed what you would normally see in a midterm election. So I think Democrats are walking on air. I know I am. I think Republicans are kind of drowning in tears.
So to what do you attribute the fact that President Joe Biden still doesn't have great approval numbers, but Democrats did well in the midterm cycle anyway?
Right. So, Biden's approval numbers, they're not great. They're basically typical of what a lot of presidents are 2 years into their run. Of course, a lot of presidents 2 years into the run have really, really bad midterms. What I saw this time, and was watching over the last several months, was I've never seen a greater gap in candidate quality than I've seen in this election. And, Democrats, they did have mainstream candidates. They did have mostly moderates in these races. They were candidates that they were strong. Some of them were elected officials. Some of them were leaders in business or church leaders. A lot of the Republican candidates that won, they won in contested primaries. They were really the outlier. They were the extreme candidate in that race. And you looked at these candidates, you matched them up with the Democrat, and you think, like, wow, there's just a gap here that you don't normally see. And Republicans really paid the price. If you were a normal Republican, like kind of a traditional Republican in this election, you actually did well. there just weren't enough of them, and they got crushed.
How much did topics like abortion and the January 6th insurrection help the Democrats in this cycle?
Well, it definitely helped. Abortion was an X factor. It was proof that, okay, Republicans that are really on the extreme that they're saying they'll do could really happen. For sure, it energized
hoping is that people sort of laugh and their heart aches a little bit, and at the end they realize, like, right, this is it. My brother played with nunchucks.
For chances to do something to flip the script on. Only 5 teams since 1950 have had at least 9 games of 0 or 1 turnovers to start a season. Philadelphia plus 14 in turnover differential this season. 18 takeaways, only 3 giveaways. Washington is minus 4. That's tied for 5th worst in the NFL. Just 7 takeaways so far. That is tied for 2nd worst in the National Football League. So, opportunities. Being opportunistic. If you can somehow get one of those, someone makes a big play. Benjamin St. Just had one last week. And if that wasn't an interference call, that's a pick-6 touchdown, and Washington is coming off now another win, even with that Heineke mistake. So that's how you want to talk about points, and you got to score some today. That's one way you can do it, maybe. Find some way for your defense to get it done. Strip sack, fumble, INT, because it's going to take some points to beat Philadelphia on Monday night. Time flies when you're kicking ass, especially when you only have 1 hour. The hour of power is done. Thank you for listening. John Lindsay, great job as always, our producer on Sunday mornings. And enjoy the football game. Hopefully we all will. A little Monday Night Football coming up. Football the way it was meant to be. Sunday mornings with Earl Forsey. This has been Countdown to Kickoff on 106.7 The Fan.
Sports Radio 106.7 The Fan.
The holiday season is approaching quite fast. Now's the perfect time to win extra cash. Maryland Lottery scratch-offs are sure to spread cheer, no matter how you celebrate year after year. With 5 new holiday games, you could win instantly, or in second chance drawings that happen weekly. Remember to enter early for more chances to win. It's never too soon for holiday fun to begin. Win up to $25,000 in second chance drawings with new holiday scratch-offs from the Maryland Lottery. Please play responsibly.
You got advanced prostate cancer, but you're not waiting around. You want straight talk. The facts about a Govix.
Orgovix Relagolix 120 milligram prescription tablets is a treatment for adults with advanced prostate cancer. Fact: Orgovix is a different kind of androgen deprivation therapy treatment. A pill, not an injection. Orgovix may cause serious side effects, including a heart condition called QT prolongation. Tell your doctor right away if you feel dizzy, faint, have a racing or pounding heart, or chest pain. Orgovix will cause harm to an unborn baby or miscarriage. Use birth control during treatment and for 2 weeks after Orgovix treatment. The most common side effects include hot flushes, increased blood sugar and blood fat levels, muscle and joint pain, decreased blood hemoglobin levels, increased liver enzymes, tiredness, constipation, and diarrhea. Other side effects include weight gain, decreased sex drive, and erectile function problems. Orgovix may cause infertility. Talk to your doctor if infertility is a concern for you.
Go with a Govix. Ask your doctor. For more facts, visit govicfacts.com.
That's with the alien technology.
Hi, I'm Capri, and the little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A Grilled Spicy Deluxe is the chicken. They actually put it on the grill, cooked it in the sauce. It's definitely a good grilled spicy sandwich.
Hey, I'm Michelle, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A Grilled Spicy Deluxe is it's spicy and it's full of flavor. When you pair that with the kale crunch salad, it's just good.
Order a grilled spicy deluxe sandwich on the Chick-fil-A app today. Available for a limited time. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
Breathing your fuel system can help your engine run better and improve gas mileage. Visit O'Reilly Auto Parts and pick up a bottle of Chevron Techron Fuel System Cleaner. On sale now. Buy one, get one free. Plus, double O rewards points. Get more fuel-saving tips from the professional parts people at your local O'Reilly Auto Parts or visit O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly.
Paulson. One of the things I love about betting on the NFL is that I'm always finding new player or game props that I like. And what's cool about the FanDuel Sportsbook is that you can combine these props with other bets from the same game to score an even bigger payout. Perfect for Sunday matchups. I always like to find a team that's probably going to lose, and I take their quarterback to go over in passing yards because he's probably going to be chasing the game. I like a running back on an anytime touchdown, maybe an opposing quarterback to throw an interception, something like that. Put it all together, bet on the team I think is going to win on the money line. The app, FanDuel Sportsbook, easy to use. Live betting is fun. Withdrawals are fast when you win. You got to use my promo code GP for a no-sweat first bet up to $1,000. Again, my promo code GP. Got to be in Virginia, got to be 21. First online number to wager only, $10 first deposit required. Bonus issue, non-withdrawable free bet. Expires 2 weeks after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Here's to Prilosec OTC. Just one pill each morning and no heartburn all day. My holiday hero.
Here's Prilosec OTC. 1 pill a day, 24 hours, 0 heartburn. It's possible while taking Prilosec OTC. Use directed for 14 days to treat frequent heartburn, not for immediate relief.
The fastest way to know what your home would sell for today is from Reynolds and Power Home team of Keller Williams Realty Chantilly. Simply text your address to 800-763-3000. No phone call, just text your address to 800-763-3000 to get your home's value.
Chris Cuomo is back with a new show on a new network. Catch Cuomo weeknights on News Station at 8 p.m. Eastern. To find News Station on your television.
The following is a presentation of Odyssey Sports. For even more coverage of your team, download the free Odyssey app and listen to your favorite stations, shows, and podcasts.
This goes storage goes with alien technology.
The following is a special presentation of Westwood One Sports.
NFL-Fans, welcome to Germany und willkommen in München für das erste, the first regular season game in Deutschland.
This costs money.
Heute die
Seattle Seahawks. Inhale, exhale, repeat. Serenity.
Smith drops the time up over the linebacker. Gegen die Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Brady will go under center, first and goal from the 5. Ball resting in between the hash marks. Here's the snap. Brady back. Lots in left corner from Mike Evans. Oh, one-handed grab. Mike Evans makes the catch. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Tom Brady puts it in the air, and Mike Evans reaching up, snatches it down with one hand. The Buccaneers add to their lead. That is as good as it gets. Und jetzt aus der Allianz Arena, Spiro Dides und Mike Mayock.
That's why.
Guten Tag from Allianz Arena in Munich, where today the 4-5
Plus
Tampa
it's a
Bay
reflector.
Buccaneers take on
Like
the
a mirror.
6-3 Seattle Seahawks in the first ever regular season NFL game in Germany. Today's broadcast of the National Football League on Westwood One is sponsored by Geico, by AutoZone, by Barbasol Shaving Cream, by Hulu Plus Live TV, and by NFL.com.
Okay, the sticks. The sticks together. You need that too. Alien technology. It's magnetic.